Good morning, humanity. It's February 27th, 2023, and the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Good morning, Bev. How are you this day?
I am good, Paul. Good morning to you.
Yes, it's a wonderful day in the desert. Everything's blooming. Snow's up on the mountain. They can have it.
Right.
It's in Santa Cruz on the coast.
Oh,
Moving
wow.
all the way. It's a wonderful time. And we are just here every week sharing with you more of BioTouch. So we wanted to talk to you today about why we do the health condition workshops. Been a lot of discussion about it. And I'll tell you, we just, like on this last workshop, someone just told us how amazing they were. They just felt it was timely. It was, I mean, they just kept raving about it. I mean, so, let's talk about why we do this. Because we've been
Yeah,
doing them for, I think we've got almost 70 workbooks now or something. Like we've
I
been doing it for a
know.
long time.
Right. Well, for me, these health condition workshops are a perfect way to introduce BioTouch and to share with everyone these really, most of them, common conditions that we all experience or those in our lives have experienced. And the third thing for me is, my goodness, the presenters that we are attracting to these workshops to share what they do in their lives and in their professions and in their practices, and how, it's just amazing. Like this last workshop with Orit from Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah, that was incredible.
And what a lovely, and the whole concept of what I learn
Right.
every single time the most amazing information that I had no clue. It's
And,
it's
and it's
fabulous.
so educational. I mean,
Yeah,
first the first half, bringing these speakers in that you talked about. I
yes,
mean, we had people, yourself included, who used a lot of those things that she was sharing, whether it was the cupping. We have
yeah,
one of our folks that watched it actually contacted her, is going to have personal sessions with her. Um, and
amazing.
then adding BioTouch. Even this person said, they were doing BioTouch also, and yet they just wanted to increase their eyesight ability. So,
Right, right.
and the week before that, we had, I can't remember her name. What was her name? Hillary, who was
Hillary,
sharing with us very simple things to get the lymph system
oh my
going.
gosh, I've been doing things
Right. Just bouncing on your toes, just to
yes,
get,
yes.
if you don't have a trampoline,
Oh,
just bounce on your toes.
right.
So, so
The other wonderful thing about the workshops is that, I think there's always new people who reserve displays, and people come showing up because they get CEs if you're a massage.
yeah,
We all
one
want to
CE
put that
credit.
out there. Um, but the fact that the few key uh, sets of points that we introduce in relation to that specific condition. This is a perfect way to introduce BioTouch to people and to have them, you don't have to learn the whole technique.
Right.
You can just learn those couple of sets. Now, if that triggers something and you want to learn the whole technique, well, there you go. We're already ready for you to do that. But, these are very low key and very explicit. And I just think they are an amazing offering, a service that
And,
we are giving.
and it's interesting too because the way that these came about was when the book, we were doing an interview with the book,
Yeah.
and the guy had the manual, and he says, you call this simple, but there's 48 pages here, 17 sets of points, all these
Right.
diagrams. He said, it doesn't seem very simple to me. And
It's
that
kind of
was
overwhelming.
right. And that's when we realized we need to simplify this because most people don't need to learn the entire technique of
Right.
all the different sets. And you certainly don't do all the points
Right.
just for an eye condition. or a lymphatic system or chronic
Right.
pain in a particular area. And so we decided, okay, let's take, as you said, those 2 or 3 sets of points, put them in a little workbook, which all those workbooks are available to members free of charge. Besides, they already have the entire manual. So the workbooks are available to everyone who's a member. And then those workbooks, of course, have links to the video. So, Bev's teaching the points in the workshop, and then we actually have the workbooks that go along with it. And we've also created recently, if you don't want to be a member and you just want to purchase the class, then and get the workbook with it, then go to our page on learning, and there's all the workbooks, all the workshops that have the workbook are being offered, and you can just sign up for it. It's just $10, and you can download the manual, you can get a link to the video, and learn whatever set you want.
Yeah, and
So
you're on your way.
we can't make it much easier for you to learn about a particular condition.
Yep.
And they're all on our website. They're all on our YouTube site. They're all, in all the different Facebook pages that we've done. If you go to our website, up on top it says health conditions. You can do the drop down there. And if we've had a workshop with it, you can just click on it there, and it'll have the workshop right there at the bottom of the page. So our goal is to keep this simple, folks. Simple.
Yeah.
And informative. Like you were saying, every single workshop we've had, I've learned something
Oh,
about the body, about conditions, about how to help that condition.
and every single workshop, I sit here and listen to that presenter, and I'm making notes going, oh my gosh, BioTouch.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. BioTouch. We already have a set of points that can address these conditions so perfectly. It's like, for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're on the right track here. We are educating, which is our prime purpose as a foundation, an educational foundation that is international. And we have a responsibility to teach and then to share in that teaching this wonderful service that BioTouch is here to offer all of us. And the workshops is just one of the ways, but it is gaining, it's really starting to thrive. I'm very excited about that, and very grateful for not just everybody showing up, but that we are helping to help other people in their lives with BioTouch.
So if you have a workshop that you would like to see, or if you have someone who is a professional or a coach or has had that particular condition and they would like to share it, it's just 20 to 25 minutes. Contact us, and we'll pass it on to Eileen, who sets up our workshops. Eileen Webster there, and she'll contact you and go over how you can best present, or she can find the particular person that helps with that particular condition. Also, if you've taken some of our workshops or one comes to mind, post it on the comments there. Which one did you like? Which one helped you the most? We can see who did what.
Yeah.
But like on this last one, it was very interesting because a big part of eyesight problems is stress.
I know.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Right.
Until Ari said, "Oh yeah, here's the main thing.
Yeah.
Stress.
And stress, even with the diagnosis, like she said, well, you don't really have a problem, but we're going to give you glasses. She says, well, why do I need glasses if my eyes are okay?
I love that.
And then she taught us about the eye and the muscles, and
Yeah.
then a couple of exercises. And then if you'll
Yes.
notice on that video too, there's these little lines, which we talked about in the Bates method. You wear these glasses that have little openings in it. And so and the idea of moving your eyes all the time, like when you're on a computer, move your eyes,
Right.
or put something that's dangling on the side to get your peripheral vision going.
Yep.
I learned a long time ago too that if you're reading or doing something around the computer, it was important every 20 minutes to stand up and look at something outside, something green specifically, you know.
Right.
And I notice after about 20 minutes sitting in a computer, I feel my body get tense.
Yes.
You know,
I
I can
I
only
do.
handle like 20 minutes at a time, and then I stand up and I look outside, and then I can sit
Walk
down
around
again.
a little
And
bit.
she was talking
Yes.
about that's a simple thing to do to help your eyesight.
True.
Besides the fact of doing the eye set. And we're just going to take a moment
Yes.
here and share with you the eye set again because it's so simple. So here we go.
The eyesight is performed on the same side of the head. It may be used to address any type of eye conditions. Hold point X is located on both sides of the head and may be found in either of the following ways. Place the first two fingers of one hand in the indentation beside the neck muscle at the base of the skull, then slide the fingers up the back of the skull, over a rise in the bone, to a very definite valley or dent which is hold point X. Another way to find X is to estimate a point about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear and 1 to 1.5 inches behind the back edge of the ear. Again, there is a definite valley or dent in the skull, and this is hold point X. It is also the same as point 4 of the head set. To perform this set, hold X and touch points 1 through 4 which are on the same side of the head as X. These points are in a line beginning at point 1, which is just in front of where the ear meets the face. Point 2 is halfway between point 1 and the outside corner of the eye. Point 3 is at the outside corner of the eye. To touch point 4, ask the recipient to close their eye and touch on the recipient's closed eyelid. This is a sensitive area, so work gently. Repeat the procedure on the other side of the head. Hold point X, and with the other hand touch point 1, which is just in front of where the ear meets the face. Point 2 is halfway between point 1 and the outside corner of the eye, and point 3 is at the outside corner of the eye. End with point 4 on the recipient's closed eyelid.
There you go. Very simple. And I like the one too where you do go on the closed eyelid because she
Yeah.
talked about what's really important is the cupping. Just
Yeah.
to have that warmth and the stuff. And I'm like, I felt like, well, we're just doing a mini cupping.
Yeah, right. Closed eyelid, please.
Closed eyelid, yeah. So it's like, we can't tell you enough. Even just doing one thing. You know, I was watching something on a TikTok, and you know, this guy gives you all these things to do and all the comments, and he kept saying, just choose one thing. You know, yeah, if you can't do the whole thing, just do half of it. You know, the key is just do it. Just start. And we always say, just do the greeting. If you do nothing else, take those two fingers of your dominant hand, touch just below the breastbone lightly like a butterfly, and the two fingers just to the left of that big bone that comes out the base of the neck, and hold that for 6 to 8 seconds. Just start with that, and things will start happening.
I know, it's true. You know, these workshops also for me, I am reminded of that the body is an amazing machine and it already knows what to do. And we've talked many times about BioTouch itself, the unlimited possibilities. And even Ori made a comment to the point that we don't have to settle for, well, this is happening, that's that. We have the power in our own lives if we will just, you know, be willing to commit to our own health and making different changes, choices, taking more responsibility, and just look at the whole eye workshop. I mean, I was thinking, oh, you know, my goodness, she is sitting in front of us saying, you don't have to settle for, I have poor eyesight. There's something that you can step in to change it. And we know whatever you're doing, BioTouch is going to fit perfectly with that whole regimen, whatever it is you choose to do, whether it's those exercises or eat, or the eyesight set, or a combination of things. You don't have to settle for, well, I have this. I have this condition. Well, if you do, we're saying that you can make changes.
And that's part of our vision statement, to help people take responsibility for their own health care.
Right.
It doesn't mean you do this instead of. The responsibility is to have the strength and the hope and the internal knowing that I can work with my healthcare practitioner.
Yep.
Because I know my body, and I can take their information and work together with the healthcare system. It's not about just being a victim to it. And it's important nowadays to work with our healthcare practitioners. Use what we can, don't use what we don't need. But add BioTouch to it, and you'll have a knowing, an understanding of, oh, what do I need now? I'm telling you, it happens every time. Every time. So we have ways to learn it besides the workshops, and we just want to let you know our next workshop is going to be on body image with chronic pain. And chronic pain, this Fran Garton it does a lot of work on herself, and she's written a book, but there's a lot more we'll share with you later. That's going to be really interesting workshop.
Yeah.
And our next training to learn the entire technique is Saturday, March 18th. It's a 9 to 4:30. You get a membership, you get the entire ebook and the entire day of training. There's 8 continuing education credits for massage therapists, doulas, nurses. So if you know anybody in that particular field, send them our way, because 8 CE credits, it's only $48, and then it's an extra $50 for the CE credits.
Right.
But easy way to get credits, and you really learn something that would be beneficial to your profession. Guaranteed.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, thank you. Again, if you have any questions about any of our health condition workshops, or if you have any ideas of ones that you'd like to see, Eileen posted on the comments there. Just even comment in there, and we'll find out if we can find somebody to talk about it.
Yep.
Once again, thank you, Bev. Thank you all for letting us into your home here on Mondays with Bev and Paul, and we'll see you all next week. Bye now.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind. When the pain is too much, what we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do, and a natural way to be. I know this to be true. It happens to me and you. In the middle of the day, energy just fades away. Down the line we realize we can re-energize, feeling better in the end, with attention from a friend. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do, and a natural way to be.